What's up, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube? It's finally time. I finally remembered and got around to it to do a review of the super duper big piece of my collection, the Neca Portal Gun. That's why I'm doing it like this and back or the forth. This thing is rather large. If you don't know, it is a full scale replica. In-game data. I don't know how to describe how big it is. I'm about 6'5", 240. There it is next to me. Here it is with a can of Coke for some size reference. All around it. Let's see what else I got in here. Here it is with a Xbox 360 game cartridge. It's weird because the camera's a bit far away, so if I get a weird angle, I apologize. It's large. Now this is actually the customize your portal gun. By that I mean it is the latest release. I'll go ahead and show the box real quick, in case you're wondering. Basically with this one, there it is. This is the box for it. The Aperture Science Handheld Portal Device Custom Kit. The big difference with this one is that it comes with little magnetic strips. So you could basically, as you can see there, this has a yellow stripe on it. There it is, plain white. There it is with the blue stripe. See, basically you can recreate the co-op portal gun, since that's about the only difference was the stripes on them. And it's just magnetic strips that just clip on, 2 on each side. You can kind of, it's probably on another picture somewhere, but you can see it there. You just clip them on, and it also has a switch, which I'll show off, that actually goes in between all the sets of portal colors, like the regular portal colors, orange and blue, the 2 reds, and the 2 other color blues for the co-op, and of course it has a sound effect. So that's what this one is. This is the 3rd version of this gun. The first being the regular, presumably only having orange and blue. The second one, I believe, was I want to say Atlas. I can't remember. I think it was the yellow portal gun. I believe it was a convention thing. And then thirdly, they released the other co-op gun with the blue, which may be Peabody. I think that's right. Atlas had the orange ones, or reddish ones. Anyway, if I'm wrong on that, just call me on it. But anyway, subsequently they've released 3 of these now, and the one I have being the 3rd one. Also of mention, when you get it, it comes with that box and just the portal gun, and mine came with the strips. The little Aperture Science right there is actually a little sticker. Getting close on that. You can put that pretty much anywhere. Actually, when I first got it, I had it down here, because that's where I thought it went. Then I went back and played the games yet again. I was like, oh no, it's actually kind of up here-ish. So I moved it up here. You get maybe 5 of these. So you can decorate it how you want. It also has a little Aperture logo right there on both sides. Fun fact, though, as a super nerd fan of the game, the fact that you can have it say Aperture up here actually makes it more to the second game gun, because in the first game, it's really hard to see. You kind of just have to move the camera up and down to catch it and pay real attention. It basically just has like a barcode there in the first one. And then actually in the second one, it just faintly says Aperture and then a barcode. Because in the second one, it's kind of dirty and all that, because I guess I ain't no point in spoilers. Portal 2 is ancient now. You find it underground. But anyway, so yeah, here it is. Like I said, this is the 3rd version. This ran me a mere, kind of funny actually, which I'll tell a little funny story about, because there's not much to say about it other than its immenseness. It lights up and it makes a noise. It cost me about $40. But it does retail. I know ThinkGeek just recently sold out of them, but you can kind of find them around on the internet. It's definitely more accessible than the old ones were, and I'll get into the kind of funny story. But anyway, it goes for about $100 before shipping and all that. I got mine. I'll go ahead and get into that kind of funny story. I got mine for 40-ish because when they first announced the first one, basically I had it pre-ordered. I was in school at the time, had a bunch of money. It was going for like it pre-ordered at I want to say alteregocomics.com for $300. And I was like, well, that's expensive, but it is kind of big, and it's a replica, and it's limited. You know, and I wanted it. I love Portal. So yada, yada, yada. You know, I put the money in the bank. I had the pre-order down. Not too long after that, I like Neca on Facebook. They put up kind of a news thing. Like, yeah, it's really limited. And basically some websites were pre-ordering it that didn't even have permission to sell it in the first place. So in that post it said that and warned that your pre-order may be canceled because, you know, depending on where you pre-ordered from, they may not even have permission to sell it at all. And I was like, oh man. I was like, well, you know, Alter Ego Comics kind of a big name in the high-end toy stuff, so fingers crossed. Launched my email, and sure enough, there is a letter from Alter Ego Comics just simply stating, we are sorry, but your pre-order has been canceled. You will not be charged anything whatsoever. So yeah, there it was. And I'm like, boo. But also in that NECA post, it said like, you know, they would reveal certain websites that would legitimately sell them, and, you know, links and all that. So I was like, well, alright, I'll just hold out. But then I got to thinking, and I got kind of paranoid, and this kind of teach you a lesson of patience. I got to thinking, it's like, oh man, now NECA knows the horrid demand for these things. The price is probably going to go up. You know, they know that, you know, it's super limited. You know, they said that themselves. I was like, $300 might not be enough. You know, it's supply and demand. So, long story short, I spent the money on a handful of other things. And I was like, well, you know, I really wanted the portal gun, but it'd probably be way expensive anyway. Well, finally, here come up the pre-orders for the first run. And I guess to NECA's due credit for not jacking it up for demand, it was still $300. And I was just, moment. So I missed out on the first, second, third run of them. Well, then, here comes the customizable one. And it's actually affordable, and you get the functionality of all three in one. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm sure there is some distinction between this and the first one. I mean, I'm sure there is. There's probably like a barcode or something on it. I believe, if nothing else, there's a grating in here. Like there's kind of a molded thing in here. A camera will never pick it up, but it's kind of like ridged in there. I believe there was kind of like a black molding piece like that went on the end here, and it just was like a grating. I believe that's the only distinction, other than maybe like a serial number or something on it. And of course the first one wouldn't have. There's like a little itty bitty switch right there. That switch right there, that's what changes the colors. So of course it wouldn't have that because it only had the two sets. But really, in retrospect, from 300 to 100, and you get the functionality of all three, unless you're just a super nitpicky collector, you really can't beat the customized kit for the portal gun. I got mine, like I said, for $40 because I got it through Thank Geek, and through some shenanigans of a watch that I bought that I had to return, had some credit, so I went ahead and splurged for it. But anyway, here it is, the Aperture Science handheld portal device. Like noted earlier, it's rather big, it's not small, it's pretty weighty, like it's weighty enough, you know. The claws on the end are posable, with the joint here, joint in the middle, and that's about it on that. Basically all they do in the game is open up a little bit to when you grab something. But yeah, like I said, pretty simple functionality. I mean, big surprise, all it really does is light up and make the noise. And we'll get that right now. There's a slide up and down switch on the handle here on the back. I apologize for the atrocious camera work. I'm not used to. Anyway, it's kind of hard to see, but the handle just comes out and goes straight up. And right on the back here, there's a slide switch. And you slide it up for one color. There's the orange. Slide it down for... Oh, it's red. Sorry. Apparently switch colors. There we go. That's the normal game colors, I guess. You got blue for down, orange for up, and then off in the middle. And as you can see, you get the top corresponding light as well. And then what would it be without the sound effect of... And so it's not just gratuitously, and there are technically two different sound effects in the game. You can switch it up and you get a slightly different pitched version. So that's pretty cool, and as you saw with the different colors, you just slide the little slider switch. There's one set of co-op colors. You got the red and the yellow, and then you get the blue and the purple. All represented greatly by those lights. And like I said, it's in the box here. I don't take it out because when I was unboxing it, the styrofoam around the edges just disintegrated on me pretty much. And I would get styrofoam all over the place in order to get the magnetic strip. But it literally is just two strips. They just clip on like right on top. They maybe set just about that far up off the top. You just, they just go on here. Presumably that's what the extra aperture stickers are to put on those so it corresponds in the right spot. But other than that, that's about it. I mean, and little LEDs in the claws. Sorry, can't forget that. And of course, lights up on the end. I know you're not supposed to look into the operational end of the device, GLaDOS, I'm sorry. The light up. Doesn't really flash or nothing when you squeeze it, but that's about it. That's what I'm saying. Like, I give the first runs due credit and even the other two co-op guns. But, in retrospect, if I had paid $300 for one of these that only did one set of colors, I mean, it would have been what it would have been. I would have owned it, but yeah, if I'd ever seen this one, I probably would have been fairly salty about it because, like I said, you get the functionality of all three guns for a quarter of the price. And then as an added little note, this is sold completely separate. You get the portable device stand. Now this thing, I guess this will be the one, other than its simplicity, but what else would it do sort of thing. Now the collectible, this would be my one gripe. Now it is sold completely separate and is up to you if you want it. It is just a stand that holds it. Nothing fancy, just basically it's meant to represent where you find it in the game in a little cradle. Like so. Looks nice, takes up a good chunk of room, nice wide base. It's really light, it's pretty much just hollow plastic. But that's kind of where it makes me a little mad. This thing, this wonderful hollow piece of plastic, this gun's gonna fall. Hold on. It's $50. Before shipping. Yeah. The funny part is, all times I planned to buy the portal gun, I said to myself, man, fuck that stupid $50 stand. I'm not going to pay $50 for a fucking stand. It'll set level on a shelf. No lie. I get the gun in, I set it, I can point to the shelf right there, and I'm like, it doesn't look bad, but it would look a lot better with that stand. Yeah. I mean, like I said, it's completely optional. It's up to you. I will admit I feel kind of suckery-ish for getting it, but it does look really cool sitting on my shelf in the stand. So, that's just kind of a dumb thing. But yeah, this thing is $50, and whoever, congrats on getting, I can only assume, $40 out of people for a $10 piece of plastic. So, but anyway, that's about it. I mean, other than it's the portal gun, it's cool. If you're a fan of the game, like I said, I recently noticed ThinkGeek was sold out, but you can find it here and there. And funny enough, the old original models still run about $300-ish. Like I just happened to check Amazon one day. I'm OCD and the claw position bothers me. But yeah, you can get this. It has the functionality of all three. If you really wanted, one of the co-op guns, like I said, it has the magnetic strips, and you can have that, no problem. You can change the colors. So you get the functionality of all three for core of the price. So definitely, if you want one of these bad boys, hunt down the customized kit, because as far as I'm concerned, it is definitely the best deal. But other than that, it's just kind of a cool sit around prop replica, and that's about it. But I'll kind of say I love Portal, and it was worth it to me, but that's just me. So until next time, it's going to be weird because they're going to reach way past the camera to turn the video. Stay tuned, and I'll see you next time.